Hello, everybody. My name is Newman, and I'm going to be presenting the demo for our project. For our group is Group One. Um, our project was about using Kubernetes Istio, Spark on the cloud, and how exploring how we could manage deployments of workloads in a production environment. So basically, that's the idea of our project, and I'm going to start by explaining to you how it works. Okay, so first, let me start with our Python service. We create. So first, let me start with Google Cloud, since we're already there. So in Google Cloud, we created a bucket, and inside that bucket, we created a Spark job that will be triggered. The Spark job is builds on our last assignment. We added a little bit of an extra query, and we did a little bit more processing. We also set up a Spark cluster in order to run the job in the cloud. So we have our assignment final and final V1, which is our project script, and we have our code here, which is basically what's going to be triggered by the job. Um, okay, so that's basically it for the Google Cloud job. The other important part of our thing is our project is the Flask service. The Flask service is made to interact with our project. So it has three routes: get results, health. This is for when we deploy to Kubernetes, create job, and Spark job status. Okay, so these are the different routes, and these routes. So we have three versions of this service running in Kubernetes, and they all have a different implementation of the results job. Okay, so now if I go here, I'm going to create a job through our service that's running through Kubernetes. Why is it not found? Look with it. Yeah. Did I turn everything off? Okay, apply -f vs.yaml. Sorry, let's create the job. Okay, so right, we create the job. Okay, once we create the job, we can go look for the status of the job. So the status of the job shows that it's running. This is going to execute for a little while. So I'll demo a little bit about some of Istio features while this is running. So I'll start off by running a simple script that's in our demo notes. This one right here. This script is going to trigger a bunch of requests that are going to our service. Okay, so if we go now to our Istio dashboard, we're going to see requests that are being sent to our different services. If we refresh, it's going to send. So we see that the requests are being split to V1, V3, and V2. So through Istio, we noticed that there's a problem with one of the versions of our application, the V3 version. So to debug this, we could use the features of Istio without actually going and touching one line of code. So we can start. Istio is basically a middleware, so it gives us a bunch of features that let us debug services online. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to stop sending requests to the to the version that's breaking, so v3. So what I'll do is I'll go k apply -f. Well, I did this so I don't have to copy, don't have to write things. Sorry. So I'm going to apply this version of it. So in this version of Canary VS, you see we're not sending any traffic to version 3 of the API. And if we go back here, we're going to eventually see that the traffic is going to be stopped being sent to here. The UI takes a little bit of time to load, but if we go and look at our script, you're going to see we're not going to be getting any more 400s. Okay, so it takes a little bit of time to load, but it will, when it loads, it'll work. Okay. And now if I refresh, last 1 minute. Okay. Well, it'll eventually go away. It's the UI is not real time, unfortunately. There you go. So eventually it goes away. So now you see it's just being sent to V1 and V2, and we don't send traffic to V3 anymore. So now if we want to debug what's going on in V3, we can also do this with Istio. We could set up something like this. So here, where I'm setting a job, and in this job, I'm going to look for the so before the bug where I wasn't able to create a job is because of this, okay, because of this thing. So I could go and I could see what's going on. So I could make it so if I send a specific header, for example, from my QA, I could go and I could route that service to the version 3 of the API. So now if I apply this virtual service, if I go k apply, now I could go and test what's going on here. So if I go now to our Postman collection, I have this API. So if I don't send it with the header, I get this back, a 200, and it's success. So, and the file is not found. Okay, but this is a bug in the API. It shouldn't send a 200 when the file is not found. Now if I test the version 3, it sends a correct request, a 400 bad request, and it shows the client error. So now if we go back to Istio, it was actually doing the right thing. When the request was not incorrect, it was sending 400 back, letting us know something went wrong. So yeah, if we look, it's 400 error. So what we can do now is route all the traffic to V3 and then no longer send any more requests to V1 and V2. We just have to make sure we send the right request to V3. So in order to do that, we just go back into our virtual service, Canary. We make this 0. We make this 0. We make this 100. And then we apply our virtual service, Canary VS, boom. And now all our requests are going to go to Istio. So if we go here, it's still returning 400, but if we look into our loop, it was the wrong path. That file doesn't exist. Now if we go back to our initial job that we started, we could go and see if we could get the right results back. So if we go to localhost results path assignment for output, I send the result, and there I get the right correct results sent back through the API. So that's it. That's our demo, and thank you.